What's up, Blizzard Nation? Welcome back for the first time in forever. It's a Frozen song. I didn't even intend to do that. To Strictly Blizzness, episode 183,
Ooh.
presented by Edge VR Arcade and Creative Edge Productions, working on the rest.
Oh,
Those are the partners for
okay.
now. Yep.
So I don't have to remember anything
No,
yet.
not yet. Nope. They haven't gone anywhere. We just don't have a promo code. So.
Yeah. Oh, I see that way.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Welcome back.
It seems like forever.
It has been.
Were we on hiatus or something?
We were.
Crazy.
Are we going back? It was actually for my off-air notes for you, too. Are we going back to weekly now? Or bi-weekly? Or...
You know, there's so much going on.
Yeah.
That's up to you.
Okay.
We could do every 2 weeks for a little while, I think.
Cool.
Until the schedule comes out.
Sean's back there silently cheering. Yes.
He's like, yeah. Okay, not
Loudly
so silent.
cheering. Yeah.
So let's say that in October we'll have this episode and another one.
Cool.
And then probably in November we can.
Yep.
Don't you think?
Absolutely.
Because then we'll have the stuff for, believe it or not, Black Friday is coming.
Yeah.
Halloween's almost here.
Uh-huh.
And that means
I like
Christmas
that.
is around
2
the
episodes this month.
Yeah.
One of which is this.
Yeah.
And then we'll see you plenty in November.
Correct.
Yep.
And then we'll go back to weekly because then I think everything's going to kick off. Some things will have settled down with the roster. That's not a prelude into where we're going with this episode. Actually, it is. Yeah, I think that's a great plan. You see how much we planned for this before?
But we talk about the table first. Remember that, right?
I'm like,
so,
what table?
So we had a
table of contents?
season ticket holder, and it was a real cool email, like a fan of 15 years, him and his younger sister, and created some gifts for Coach, the players, and Larry and Kathy and Bruiser. So Hunter, now we just wanted to shout you out and thank you.
Yes, thank you
for doing
Hunter.
this. I am not Larry Trinkler. This is just, I thought it should go Trinkler, Bruiser, Trinkler. So
these
apparently
are.
He likes you guys better than me.
Oh boy, does he watch this?
I hope so. Nap shares every episode.
Okay.
So
these are what I would call either a business card holder or a photo holder. So I need to get a photo in here of maybe Bruiser and I. So yeah. Or a playing card. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Which I don't have a playing card, so my stats would not be impressive. And why is mine faded?
I don't know. It's custom faded. That's what we said
it's
about
like
my
a bleed.
hat.
It's like a bleed. Yeah. Okay. Like it's melting.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you. We appreciate that. You know, we get a lot of little things from our fans, and we really appreciate everything that you do because we know that this franchise means something to you. And in saying that and giving us things, it really shows that we do make an impact in the community. And that's really what this is about. You may or may not have seen an article in the business news. If you're in Green Bay, you know what that is. If you're not in Green Bay, I believe we posted it online.
Yeah. Yep, it was online.
So it was a great article around why we do what we do, what is our side of the equation, and then also I got my hair clip here. I guess I can take this off now. Looks like it's a separate mic. I'm like, what is that? But it's why we do what we do, and also the fact that when we first started this, we didn't have the kind of fan engagement that we do now. And how important that is for us to keep it going, because we've said this so many times. This is not a very lucrative business by any means. So the amount of our savings, our money that we put in is substantial, and it's substantial each year. So when we do that, we like to know that we're making a difference. And that's really what it's about. We do things ethically. We do things by the rules. And sometimes, as I found out in church this weekend, I do believe that the Lord was talking to me through the readings in the gospel. It's not about finding ways to retaliate. It's about finding ways to rise above, to keep your cool even though others don't, that kind of thing. So I'm going to do that today. I'm going to take the high road.
Quell said.
I had a lot of things planned. I had a bobblehead I was bringing. I had all kinds of stuff I was going to do, but I'm not going to lower myself to that standard. Anyway, so where are we in terms of ops wise for the season coming up? What do we have set? What are we still working on? I know you can't share everything.
All the theme nights are set with a bunch of variables, but they're all set. Working on interns and staffing. So if you happen to watch this and you're a college kid locally or just someone that wants to be around us at home games and want to be involved in game day, we'd love to have you. There's a potential, thanks to the Rush Center revamping some stuff, that the merch stand would geographically locate back into a merch stand. It would just be a 2-windowed type concession stand, so we might need more bodies. So we should be posting internship stuff soon. But yeah.
How many people do you need internship wise?
We take 2 to 3 what we call office interns every year, where you really are in the trenches during the week, and then on game day, the game day team it gets anywhere from 10 to 16 depending on the home game. Actually, probably closer to the 16 to 18 because I totally didn't count merch in there, or if you're only handing out giveaways and then you're done and enjoying the game. So, yeah, probably that 16 to 18.
Yeah, and we work with your schedule because maybe you can't make all 8 games. So we do have to have a little bit of flex.
Yep,
I don't mean like flex. I mean flexibility.
Right. No, so we're cruising. A lot of other awesome stuff that we'll unpack in coming episodes with some, I think, staffing updates and changes and other big announcements. But we are, one really big announcement of office and stuff.
Well, I was going to go there. That was my very next thing.
There.
So
yeah, that's out there now.
I'm like,
so, yep.
yep. Can we? Thank goodness you said
this
that.
episode is going to be really short. We have taken away everything you were talking about.
Like, yes. So there's a lot of cool stuff happening. We made mention that we would be moving. And I know those of you that are used to coming to the office, this is going to be a big change. It's a big shift. But for the players, for the office, for the coach's office, it's a huge plus because we'll all be in the same building. There is a brand new, if you're from Green Bay or from Appleton, the stretch along 41, you can see the new facility off in the distance. It's a very large facility. Yeah. I was telling somebody the other day, I was talking with someone and they said, is that the one you can see right off of 41? And I was like, no, that's not the one. It's set back further. You can't really see it. I thought I'd be able to see it from Trinks, but I just don't have the right vantage to see it. But I drove by and then looked to the right as I was heading north and went, oh, you can see it from the highway. So we are set back behind ISA, which is a baseball group here in Green Bay, or I should say De Pere. But set behind that, Sports Emporium is moving, and they are quadrupling their size.
Looks like it, yeah.
It might even be more than that. The place is huge. It's going to house soccer, football, volleyball. So volleyball is totally dedicated to one side, and we are on the other side. We are going to have our own workout room in there. We're going to make it Blizzard World, and that is where our office, admin office, as well as coach's office will be. As January 1 for sure will be in there. We may start moving some things by December. So, if you're going to be doing tickets for Christmas and all of that, make sure you pay attention to where we're going to physically be by then. So,
yeah, it's pretty awesome.
It's very, very impressive where we'll be moving. So shout out to Derek and the board from Sports Emporium for making all of this happen. Which segues me into something else, a different type of football.
I don't know. Go for it.
That we're linked to.
Yes.
And that we're losing and gaining someone over.
Yep.
You want to deal with that?
Yeah, we are going to be involved, and we'll package it all up and figure out all the other cool stuff around that with the youth flag football at Sports Emporium. And Ryan Naprella will be heavily involved in that. Still Blizzard, but heavily involved in that. So, yeah.
And because we're kind of losing him to flag football, we are bringing in someone new into the office to handle groups, schools, and what he's good at and has been doing for us for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Is designing.
Yep. Tyler Lancel.
Which Tyler? We have
Yeah, there's 3. So, yep.
the Tyler, and Tyler.
Yes.
So, do we call him Tyler L? Do we call him number 1?
Yeah.
Do we call him number 2? I'm not really sure what we call him, but
yeah, because I think Tyler Klackner and Tyler Foytak are both back as well. So, Tyler L.
So Tyler L is going to be
Used
joining
funny
us.
that there's multiple Ryans, and now we have a Tyler problem.
We have a Tyler problem. We have a Ryan problem.
Yep.
We just have to come up with different names
Yeah.
for everybody. It just to be easier. So he's joining us in our office as of next week. So he's been working behind the scenes on marketing, but now being full time, there's different things that he'll be able to bring to the table in real time.
Yeah. Exciting. Exciting. So big changes. Yeah, I'm excited to share more once it's cool to get to work on that with Sports Emporium. Once there's more to share.
Yeah. So we'll share that. They'll be sharing it first, obviously, because it's their thing. We're just an integral part of that and its growth, and we're excited about it.
Absolutely.
You know, there's something to be said for having your name, your brand, on another item other than what you work on every day.
For sure.
Yeah. The balls have been ordered.
Yep.
So we have those not in transit because it takes a while, but that's been submitted to our friends at
Destroyer Rocks.
Who do what for us, Ryan?
Game balls, promo items. That's it. Maybe some merch. Yeah. Yep.
We have jerseys that we'll be unveiling.
The jerseys.
I did. But I'm not going to tell you anything more than that.
Yep.
So there's a lot that's happening, and that's why I think once November comes around, we will have plenty of content to talk to you about. Not to mention all of the other things with firming up our roster, because we do try to have that as firm as we can by January. Now is when it's the state of flux and everything. That October 1 date is a big date, which I'm going to explain in a minute, for a lot of different things.
Cool. That's what I got on those without letting the cat completely out of the bag on all that stuff. So
yeah, we kind of want to do that when we announce the theme nights.
Yeah.
We want to show what goes with what theme night.
Yeah, it's crappy to tell you and then not be able to tell you.
Yeah. And there's some big stuff that's happening, which around that time frame, we will absolutely, I'm being very vague, I know. But later this year, so it'll be later this year, we'll be able to unveil something that we're very proud of. And just lots of good stuff.
Yes.
Lots of good stuff. So what I have in front of me is a page out of our ops manual, because I have been seeing so much stuff on the forum, even on the IFL social media, of people misquoting, misrepresenting, or not knowing how things go. As you all know, we had a huge announcement that rocked not only our fans' world, but also our coaching world here at the Blizzard last week. And to say, there were people that said, how could you trade your quarterback? Why would you give him up? You don't do this. You don't do that. I'm going to read through our rules, and then I'll let you, I know my opinion on how things went down. I know that I was lied to my face at a breakfast around, what's next, what's coming for you, what have you. There's lots of things that I know, but there's a lot of things I can't share. And I could, but there'd probably be repercussions for me, even though there isn't repercussions for other people. I would not only get my hand slapped, whatever. This isn't meant to be a retaliation thing. Like I said earlier, it's just meant to be laying down the facts. And that's really all I can do at this point, because we do have rules in place. There are those that follow them. There are those that don't. There are those that get penalized for them. And there are those that don't. Now, you can say, well, that's not very consistent as a league. And I would have to say, you are correct. But we have things to work on internally as ownership. And, there's so many things that are are shaping up in our league that are great things. And we just need to make sure that our doorstep is clean so that we don't have the kinds of things happening that have been happening historically. So the few things that I want to read, and I apologize for having to hold up this piece of paper. I'm not trying to block out my face. So September 1, I'm going to kind of go back a little bit. September 1 is when people can start signing street free agents. And what a street free agent is, the technical term is, it's a player that was not on an IFL roster at the end of the season. So these are the rookies that are brought in, or somebody that maybe hasn't been on a team for a little while and they're coming back out post injury or what have you. No one that's on IR can be signed by another team. So that's September 1. September 15th, you can begin to have conversations with restricted free agents. We had said September 15th because our championship went so late. So by September 15th, you can start having those conversations. And a restricted free agent are those who actually were a player who signed and was active at the end of the season on an IFL team roster. So that's that. October 1 is when you can officially sign a restricted free agent. There is a limit of one restricted free agent per team unless the opposing team, keyword here, agrees to more than one. So, for instance, if you, have a quarterback that is going to be signed by another team and they feel they want to bring their entire O-line with them, there's a fee, and I'll get into that in a minute, for that first player, and then there's a fee for the other subsequent players, but those other subsequent players have to have their rights released by the team that they were signed with. So there's that. So we do have contracts on these players. These contracts are for the season. It's meant to be that they're part of your roster. They're yours. And so we could go around and we'll call it steal, for lack of a better word, take whatever word you want to use, a restricted free agent from another team if we wanted. So let's say we were suffering in the D-line, or we needed a receiver. We could go and get a receiver from another team, pay $1,000 to get them, hope that they show up to our camp, what have you. Is that what's done? No. Usually, if you're going to take someone and take a restricted free agent, you've been talking to that person. You know, they've either reached out to you saying, hey, I really want to come to Green Bay, or, I really want to come to Tulsa. And there's conversations then between the players and the coach, and then the coaches together conversing about what that means. And sometimes it's hey, we'll trade you for this position. You need this. We'll take that. Those are all things for coaching that I'm not going to get into. There's a $1,000 fee that has to be received within 2 weeks of that player signing. Otherwise, the rights go back to the team that had the restricted free agent in the first place. So that all has to happen in a timely manner. Otherwise, it becomes a null and void contract. I want to touch on this just a little bit. And again, you can make your own assessment after. But I know that our ops manual is out there because other leagues have stolen it from us and have used it for their purposes. But in our ops manual, the topic of tampering is defined as this: any communication by a coach, employee, or other person affiliated or associated with a member team with direct or indirect purpose to recruit, entice, and or tamper with any player whose rights are held by another member team is prohibited. Which means that if somebody was talking to any of our players at the championship game to come to their team, even if it's just a reference of, hey, you'd look really good in our uniform, that's considered tampering. If a member team is contacted by a player whose rights are held by another member team, the contacted team must inform the player that the league rules prohibit them from talking unless written consent is given by the member team holding the player's rights. The member team must inform the league office and the respective player's team immediately after such contact. The same rules apply should such contact be made by an agent or other person on behalf of the player. So a family member, an agent, whoever it might be, that is also conversing with said coach would be considered tampering. Now, if the player is out soliciting, our coach should be made aware of this information post haste, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our coach found out literally hours before it was going to be live on social media. You make the call. Any communication on behalf of a member team with the direct or indirect purpose of acquiring the services of an employee other than players or other member team without the consent of that member team's general manager or director is prohibited. So, if somebody was trying to hire you.
Oh, this got cool. No, just kidding. I'm a restricted free agent?
No, this is just you are called an other than players.
I'm just
you're
called
just
other,
called
actually.
you're just called services.
You're gonna order new business cards, director of others.
Services of an employee. So you're just
Okay,
in the
got
services
it.
category.
That's fair.
Well, I like that
I've not been contacted, just so we're clear on air. So
we ain't going anywhere anyway. All right. Now, the fourth category is tampering with a player's reassignment. 1, member teams are not to contact a player being reassigned until the process is completed from the player's previously contracted member team. If a member team is contacted by a player being reassigned, that team shall inform the player that they are not allowed to talk with him until they have the written consent of that player's respective member team. That's what my mom always does when you're talking. The member team being contacted shall inform the league office and the player's respective team immediately after such contact by the player. Crickets. There were crickets. Any violation of the tampering rules will be subject to severe disciplinary action by the league office. Interesting. All right. So I will just say that it is unfortunate that we have lost our quarterback. It does not mean our team goes under. There are teams out there that try to buy, and I'll get into the buying in a minute. There are teams that have other things for players that we do not here in Green Bay. There are other types of housing out there that we can't do here. There's warm weather in other places that we just don't have. There's brand awareness. There's lots of other things that are out there. So I realize that when players move, it's not always just about the money. They may be closer to home. We ourselves have never held on to a player's rights if it made sense. If they came to us and said, hey, I live out in California. I want to be closer to home so that I can take a quick jaunt home. We're all for that. That's nothing that, we would hold back a player's rights for. When you have somebody, though, that was brought up as a rookie, didn't always do that great, but had a stellar season, you just would hope that the franchise meant more to them. You just would hope that they saw, it wasn't that we didn't get to a championship. We were there. We were there. And the mistakes made by, whether you call it coaching, players, whomever, on that last play of the game is and was what lost the game. And chance. I mean, there was just his body turned one way, whatever. It was 2 inches, we lost. At the end of the day, we lost. But I get the impact that has on players. And I understand the want or need to finish out on top. We've stated so many times that our league is a developmental league, meaning that we have every intent of bringing on rookies. So guys fresh out of college who are not done playing, who want to get on a practice squad, who want to go to the UFL, the CFL, the NFL, be on a practice squad, what have you. That is the goal. There are some coaches that aren't as good at developing certain positions as others. There are usually the people that do it right that get their people pilfered. We're one of them. I mean, we have had a rookie quarterback. We've had a rookie quarterback. We have developed several quarterbacks. We have developed several players that have gone elsewhere. And other teams could sit here. This isn't just a Green Bay sob story. This is just how it is. There are those teams out there, though, that will, as it was said on the forum, buy a winning team. It was mentioned that under our current regime, we will never win a championship because we don't pay the players what they're worth. These guys are worth a lot more than what the league has set up. I will give you that. That has never been a question. It's whether or not the model of how much money we all make can support paying them more. And so the rules of the league are as follows. The pay is $225 plus $25 for an appearance fee. So we have an allotment of, for the active roster, you can pay $225 per game, plus they can go on a community appearance, which is an additional $25. Now, there are some teams that pay certain positions more and then other positions left, so that the average is that $225 per game. But the max, if you're paying everybody the same on your 20-man roster, is $225 plus that appearance. There is a new thing that we put in place because there are people, for instance, if they're a hometown hero, they're a hometown kid, they're a state kid, there's somebody that went to college and won championships in a college nearby. People in your state know them for said championships. They really help to develop your brand in other cities beyond just your city, but close to home. Those kinds of people are what could be called a brand ambassador. So we put that in place, and those people can get paid up to $350, but we can only have 4. Each team can only have 4. So if you take the $350 plus the $250, that comes to what, Ryan?
Oh man, $600.
So $600 is
Yeah, we're good.
So thank you, Ryan.
Yep.
So $600 is technically the top pay that you should be offering someone. Now, there's other things that could come into play. Sometimes better medical could be something that some people want. We know we have some of the best medical because our medical is all run through workers' comp, which from our perspective, that's just how Wisconsin works. Whereas other teams do trades with hospitals as well as other providers to get that. So we are, from a legal perspective, in workers' comp with everything. You cut your finger, you stub your toe, that's all considered workers' comp. Housing, there's different types of housing. There's apartments, there's hotels, there's dorms, there's all sorts of different things throughout the league. There's food. Some teams are stingy on food, others are not. Professional experience. So are they getting an exposure for training, for rehabbing, things of that nature? Do they have proper coaching for their position? That's considered part of the professional experience. And then obviously the pay. So when you have a player that comes to you, and this happens every season, it's nothing new. You have an agent, a player, a mom, a dad that comes to the coach and says, hey, my kid, my guy I can make X if I go to another team. I can make $1,200 a game. I can make $800 a game. If they make $800 to $1,200 a game, there's a high probability that there's cheating going on. Now, I saw somebody say something about he could get a real job. They can get jobs. And, there have been jobs that have been offered. Larry and I own several other companies in the manufacturing world that fit some of our players' background. But they have to work. And if they don't get paid just to be on the payroll, they have to work. So if they don't want to work, we're not going to pay them because we have businesses to run. We owe it to the rest of our employees or what have you. That may not be the case with other teams. I don't know. That's not for me to say. But again, when a player hears, and especially a player, and unfortunately we've been on the other side of this with some of our players that come our way, is they'll say, hey, I was promised that 850 or 1200 a game. And then they're in Green Bay saying, not only did I not get paid that, they wouldn't release me when they didn't pay me. And now I'm here and I wouldn't go back. And I could tell any other player that might go to any of those teams, don't do it, but who's going to listen? And I get it. You're going to another team because you think you're going to have it better. I can't fault you for that. I wouldn't fault you for that. And this is for any players that watch this, as well as anybody that's part of the fan base. Holding on to a player that doesn't want to be in your arena does not make sense. So, no, we didn't release him. He was taken and he was solicited to be taken, and it is what it is. To say that we'd pay him more, we're not going to pay him more than what the rules state. And I guess I would rather get to a championship game knowing that I did everything by the rules in our handbook, versus doing something on the down low and shady. That's just really all there is to it. Did that answer every question that we've been bombarded with?
I think so. I mean, it really what you were absorbing from out there. I mean, it hasn't been anywhere on our social because we didn't sign him, right? So we didn't post anything. So it was just what is being said out there elsewhere. So yeah, yep.
Yeah, and I know, and Max is a great player, and his goal has always been to get to the next level. We had him here to the point where now he's a vet. So that's the other thing that I saw is somebody said players can only play on a certain team for a certain number of years and then they have to leave. I'm not really sure where you got that from, but that is not true. We could have a player play on our team for 10 years if we wanted. It's just there's other talent that comes up, the ranks. People get older. Your body doesn't work the way that it used to. So they leave because it's time to hang up the cleats and, do whatever they went to college for. They go up to another league, whatever. I mean, there's lots of different things that could make them want to leave. In this case, he was approached at the championship game, which is a no-no. Yeah. I don't know what else to really say on the topic other than he's not with our team. We are out doing what we need to fill that spot. And at the end of the day, we're sad to see him leave. We thought he was part of our brand, made him part of our brand. He had some great accolades at the end of the season, which now can be used with another team moving forward. And does it hurt? Absolutely, it hurts. And it sucks for our fans. It sucks for Wisconsin. It sucks for our fan base. But it is what it is. And that is what sports are, unfortunately. So with that being said, we wish him luck in whatever he does. And we move on.
Yep.
So we do have on that same moving on premise, did have someone who we thought would be, it's funny, when we had training camp last year, Max was not on the radar at first.
Yeah.
We had somebody else that was on the radar. And then Max chose to come back, and then they had to fight it out to see who would be quarterback. So our backup quarterback, we decided to play as a receiver.
Yep.
And he had a great season. TJ had a fabulous season. And what happened to him, Ryan?
He moved up.
And where did he move up to?
CFL.
Yes. So I think that is fantastic for someone who thought they were going to play one position. I will say this is it's Winnipeg, right? That got him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Winnipeg got a great athlete. And to me, in this sport, it's not just about what position you can play. It's also about what position you could play. And I'd like to think that our coaches saw things in TJ. And when we said, can you try this? And he did, and he had so much success with it. Kudos to you, TJ, for taking a chance, for letting us get you other exposure and seeing it pay off. So it's really cool. He's a tremendous athlete, and I wish him, we all do, we all wish him the best of luck. And hey, if the CFL says we don't need you, you're always welcome to come back. So
awesome.
What else you got?
Not a lot. It's been a minute.
I think I need a beverage. This is just water. When I say beverage, I just need to take a sip.
Yep. Nope. Ton of exciting stuff coming. So.
Yeah. I mean, there's always curves that we get thrown right about this time.
Mm-hmm.
We have our coach coming back. I believe the coaching staff is staying intact. I don't know that for sure. Those contracts have not gone out as of yet. Usually by January, that is all in play, if not by December. So there's just so many things. Pay attention to the IFL website for anything exciting coming up with teams and what's happening. You all saw the news of Bay Area, so those players went elsewhere. You'll probably see some of them even on our team. So, yeah, they went dormant. That's not new news.
I don't think so, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, the players got,
Okay.
so they went dormant. They didn't do a post. Well, sorry. Everybody knew because, I mean, it was all over the forum. Once you start seeing players signed elsewhere, everybody knew. So I got, did they really, why are they this? Well, I can't tell you everything, but there's a lot of different things that happen that make a team go dormant. So, we won't be able to, until the schedule's out, share who's coming back, who's not coming back, the dormancies that are still out there, what have you. Just lots of stuff shaking out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Maybe to a theater near you.
Yes.
Maybe. Anyway. All right. I think I have talked enough. I probably have, people will take tidbits out of what I just said and twist it and turn it, and you can do whatever you want with it. I just want to be able to inform people. Do we like the decision that was made? No. Could we have done anything about it? Not more than what was already in the rules. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So that's my tirade, if you will. There's just no sense in doing that.
Yep.
If you guys want reactionary stuff, this is not the place for it. There's a place out west you can go for reactionary.
That's what I got.
That's what I got.
We will see you one more time in October and then back to your regularly scheduled weekly programming of Strictly Blizzness.
Yeah, we'll hit the 200 mark.
I don't know if the math is this year. Will it be?
No, it won't
it'll
be
be 17 more. No.
Yeah. No, Ryan. There's not that many weeks left in the year.
Yeah.
But that will be really cool. Does that mean we get syndicated?
I don't know. That might be accurate. Yes. Yeah.
Who's going to pick us up? Yeah. Anyway, as always, we love to hear from you guys. We'd love to hear your feedback. If you want us to cover other stuff on the show, we do have some new things that we're working on podcast wise, that we'll share with you before the end of the year. That will be more football focused. We've had them before. We're going to bring them back and enhance them, enhance them, and put something together for you.
Awesome. For the first time in a long time, should we hit them with it?
Ugh. Let's hit them with it. Go
Blizz.
Ooh, we even got
If we hit it that time.
Don't forget to like, follow,
subscribe,
share,
and ring that notification bell to get all of our content in your inbox.